Hey, yeah. Hang on. Hang on. On time without open notification, opening it early. I am late. So, at least one of us was on time. Yes, I was spending time with mom. It was very pleasant. I spent a little bit more money than I intended to, but it was well worth it. Well worth every penny. Would do it again. Will do it again at some point when I can afford to. It was a restaurant slash market. So, local mom and pop shop. Oh, family time's super important. Yeah, it was a local mom and pop store, and all the food was fresh, no preservatives, no chemicals, no 30 million different additives that scientist comes up with. Um, None of that BS. By the way, see this giant crater here, Taurus? This giant crater where it should be a forest? This crater is what happens after you beat Radon, and there was the meteor shower. Because Radon is called the Star Scourge. Because Radon went to war with the stars themselves and won. And so even though he was a rotting like zombie from millennia, he was still using his magic power to one, make himself light enough for his horse to keep him riding it, and holding up the entire meteor shower from crashing into the planet. So when you defeat him, the meteor shower happens and creates this giant ass crater in the world. Yeah, Radon's a bit of a badass. So yeah, the place was a mixture of like an Italian restaurant and an Italian market. And so they had like fresh baked pasta that they made fresh. Um, like there's only three ingredients in the pasta. Um, the three ingredients that you need. So I ended up getting some fresh pasta to take home. I got some fresh pasta sauce to take home. So like this stuff will last a few weeks, but not like 6 months to a year like it does in a grocery store, because it doesn't have all the preservatives. So it'll be more healthy. And then I got sausage and pepper sandwich, and my mom got a a steak sandwich with a horseradish and a whole bunch of deliciousness. And then we each had a mini cannoli for dessert. I had uh organic orange soda, so again, none of the chemicals. Like I actually had like real orange, real freshly orange juice and stuff like that in it. She had a beer, like an actual Italian beer, and then we got a slice of tiramisu to take home, a slice of amaretto to take home, um, and we got. She was talking about how in their freezer they had this thing that was like apparently a something that she had growing up in New York that is in New York City only, but they happened to have it at this place. That was like frozen raviolis, but the brand is like a brand that's only in New York. So I got that for her as well. And then what else did we get? I think that was it. So bought just a couple of things. Oh, and we got rainbow cookies. Dude, my mere aura and presence took out one of those enemies. Why is my Discord blowing up? No, we're not resting our grace. The site of grace, because there's no rest for the wicked. So this afternoon is going to be pretty chill. As you can see, I'm killing everything in one hit because I'm in an area that I could have been like less than half of my levels ago. That being said, I think that this coming week I'm not going to do any streams in the afternoon. Only nighttime streams this coming week. Dun, da, 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 do, 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 do. Hee 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 hee. I'll never fight that enemy properly. You can't make me. You can't make me do it. You can't force me to. It's not gonna happen. I will always fight the Megateer naked. This is the way. Because I know that Ronnie's quest line is kind of long if you do everything. But I should be able to clear it all out this afternoon. I'm just trying to think if I need to do any exploring while I'm here. Because there's Moog's Palace. There's Moog's Palace. The entrance to the DLC way off in the distance. Because a lot of the side stuff I do want to do just to do it. But I'm on a mission to do DLC stuff first. And then all the content that I skip basically will kind of be a victory lap. You say by all rights, I should have needed to pay attention. I probably would have been unalived right there. If I was of level. I can kind of just face tank the whole thing right now. Wait, are all those things just along the road here? Because that would be super convenient. I don't think that they are, though. Hello, totally not a boss, but appears in 2 places. Yeah, I went for trades with that thing just because I was getting annoyed with how much it was jumping. I took annoyance trades. Like, you know what, the range, you don't want to fight me melee, so screw you, I'm just going to charge at you and not care about taking damage. And I missed a point of grace. When will these enemies learn? They're only doing well if I'm laying them. Oh, hey, I lived! Dude, I was positive I was falling to my death right there. I was 1,000% sure, like, is this how I die? Just palm struck into gravity? Mmm. Enchanted shot. That must be what you use to fight against people that can dodge. I don't know why I was trying to be on a horse. I think there's gonna be one more torch to light up before I go through. Oh no, I did light them all. Touch the horned remains. Move right along. Is this the drop down? Or is this my doom? The sketch drop down, but it was a drop down that I was thinking of. Now from here, I forget where to go, what to do, who I am. A zombie dragon, time to beat it the only way we know how. But make it smell good. I was thinking maybe I shouldn't play with my food, but I was like, playing with your food is fun. If I recall, there was one other thing to grab here before actually proceeding through Ronnie's quest line. I thought about just foregoing even picking up the Mimic tier, but like, with how the DLC is, it seems like the Mimic tier is a lot more accepted nowadays than when the game came out. Dude, there's so much Celestial do here. Like, how often did they think you were gonna piss off NPCs? I found like 4 things the Celestial do. That explains why there are all the bloodstains! I meant to do a long jump! I'm a moron. Yeah, I was thinking, why are there so many bloodstains right here? This is weird. I don't remember this being such a hard jump to do. I mean, I think this is a mimic tear right here, isn't it? I think there's a mimic tear right here. Yup. I think I need these silver tier husks, so it's a good thing I'm getting them. I like how the giant. I love how the giant metal ball rolls over to check what happened to the guy. That's comical. Like, really, what was it gonna do if they could, like, the guy was still breathing? Like, hey man, what's going on? I thought I'd just roll on over and see how you're doing. Look like you got steamrolled. At least you got steamrolled and not rickrolled. Har har har. Monty? Hi, buddy. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn into a giant. Dude, what if in the DLC I have to fight a Mimic Dragon? That'd be kind of funny. Alright, now we can proceed through Ronnie's quest line. It's been so long, we can finally proceed through Ronnie's quest line. Hopefully she's still not upset with me for trying to turn her into a puppet. Because that's the thing I might have done. You know, Silvis, he was making a very convincing argument to me.
Ah, not blithe. It's even in my slumber I sensed it. It is in thy possession, is it not? The hidden treasure of Nokron. My thanks. Finally all the pieces are in place. Soon must I begin my journey. Upon the dark path only I may tread. Ah, but before I leave, I must entrust thee with this. Take it. My discarded flesh lieth beyond the seal unlocked by it, upon which is carved the curse mark of thy desire. I can fathom what thy purpose might be. Neither of us is welcomed by the brighter path. I see. You may leave now. It was but brief, but thou gavest me fine service. What is it? Thy purpose in a you may leave. I too am to depart on a journey.
Hi, Hamakoro!
Upon the
How are you? Here I was enjoying my stream all by my lonesome, you invaded it, so thank you. Oh, hey, Taurus is still here. I had lunch with my mom, treated her to a nice place. Really delicious. Actually ate healthy for once. Ah, you're busy diving through hell. I gotcha, I understand. Dude, here in the US, it's so rare to not eat foods filled with random chemicals that, like, it tasted like heaven, I'm not gonna lie. You missed the hands. Unfortunately, hands are restricted to when I'm playing with the puppies. You must redeem channel points for me to play with puppies, and then you get to see some hands. Because they will be used on the puppies. There you go, see a Taurus is hooking you up. Exactly like that. Now one of them is missing right now. There's something to stretch here. The trail points aren't that expensive, so you should be able to redeem it every single stream. Ooh, this is blurry, hang on. Still blurry. Better. Monty. You're all here. I thought one of you was going with mommy. I thought somebody was going with mommy. He's a toy. No, they're my doggies. Mine. You have them. Okay, that's enough of that. No. Yeah, they're my doggies. You can redeem the points whenever you want to, Makoto. If you're ever like, you know what I need to see is some hands. You can only be like 250 channel points. I make it very affordable for doggies to get cuddle time. I know, and I love them. I love them. They're the best little cuddle dogs. You have 4K. See, you can redeem that like whenever you want to. I'm surprised people don't redeem some of the channel points. Like I put in a whole bunch of those blurp things. I don't have the throw attack because I feel like it would be like off-brand to have throw attack for my model and everything and my character. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Makoto. Much appreciated. I just realized that globe is not of the planet, it is of the moon. That's because by the power of the moon I shall punish you. Man, I love the moon. The moon doesn't hurt me when I stand outside. Which means the moon loves me back. That's how that works. It's reciprocal. That scared me! You know the R2 scream usually scares the crap out of me, especially when I'm on a ledge. If I didn't know any better toys, I think you were trying to scare me off the ledge. It almost worked. It almost worked, man. Oh, I got an update on my channel banner. It's looking good. Another play with puppies. Okay. Donkey's gonna love you guys today. Oh, boys. they're all sitting. They're not yours. No, they're my doggies. You can have my hands, but you can have my doggies. What's going on, Monty? I love you too, buddy. Alright, back to the game. Until you guys redeem it again. See, I don't put a cap. Here's the thing, I don't put a cap or a frequency to how often you can redeem the play with puppies redeem, because at the end of the day, if I had a stream where everybody just liked me playing with my dogs, and I could play with my dogs for like 4 to 5 hours straight, and have people just enjoy that, I mean, come on. Like, what more could a guy ask for, you know? Oh no, people want me to be most entertaining by getting to cuddle and phone my animals. Whatever will I do? Right? I enjoy playing with my dogs. I think everybody should just enjoy watching me play my dogs. Could you imagine if that's how I start getting revenue for my streamers, by people just like doing channel point redeems for me to play my dogs? And then getting donations and stuff like, to play your dogs all stream. We'll pay you. That would be the dream right there. I just feel kind of bad for them that I can't play with them outside during the day. Then at nighttime they're sleepy. I'm thinking there's a boss right here, if I remember right. There he is! It's one of those not a boss bosses. That guy was just resistant to my everything, and I was kinda too lazy to care. It was a mix between he was resistant to fire, and I was way too lazy to change my weapon. I think they're weak to lightning. Or magic. One of the two. They're weak to something that wasn't what I was using on it. See, now is when we go and we get this and we find out that, oh, Roderick is, no longer alive. And then we continue on Ronnie's quest line. The quest for Ronnie to find her hand. So it'd be something that'd be right up Makoto's alley there. She can't find her hands. Makoto, help her.
Hello. I thank you.
There's a character in this game called Ronnie,
What can I do for you?
and she's in search of an item that she can use to cut off a hand. That there's a very special item she needs in order to cut off a hand. And I said she needs help finding her hand and that you could help her. Because you like hands.
Greetings. I am Circum's great champion. Perhaps you might doing so will. And you, do you think it vulgar where I come from? Ah.
You're listening? Yeah, so there's all these hands, and they have 2 fingers each, and she wants to find her hand so that she can cut it off to be free of some type of
You felt light up
what you
inside
call
you
it,
was a Baldekin's blessing.
fate.
Though it is but a fleeting
So she needs
thing,
help to find
I
her
am
hand so
afraid.
she can cut it.
Come back to me, should you require, and I will take you.
And this girl gives you free hugs.
I am pleased. Would you like me to now? You are so very warm.
Look, she thinks I'm warm.
I was known as a deathbed.
I
warrior.
like hugs. Look, the hands are for you, Makoto. The hugs are for me.
After I received the warmth and lively vigor from a number of champions, I lay with the remains of an exalted noble. To grant him another chance at life, to do so is the purpose of my being. But before I could bear the noble into new life, I was awakened by the guidance of grace and chased from my birthplace.
See, yeah, there's why we each get what we
Be
want.
kind. Despite all that, I still
You get your
wish
hands,
to
I get
be
my
a
hugs.
deathbed companion. So please, let me hold you like this as often as it takes. My dear, have you ever heard of Black Knife Prince? Dear Roger likes to talk of them when abed, and the ancient plot in which the first of the demigods was slain. The black knives wielded by the assassins who committed
Oh,
the
do you
act,
know Roger?
along
Yeah,
with
I
the
know him.
impressions they
Well,
made,
while I'm holding him in bed,
somehow hide
he
the
likes to
truth
talk
of the
about ancient
conspiracy.
stories.
These grand affairs are hardly my
That's
forte,
that's
but
you know,
dear Roger
not really pillow
began
talk,
to weep
but to
as
each
she
their
spoke.
own, I guess.
My dear, might I ask something of you? Could you please find the owner of this dagger and return it to them? A certain person gave it to me as a gift. It's a very precious thing. It must have a special place in the owner's heart. So I would like for the original owner to have it back, if you wouldn't mind. I'd like you to find it's a very... In truth, about the Black Knife Prince that fascinates...
You're talking about it's late at night for you, isn't it?
But it wouldn't be right, perhaps.
Don't worry, Makoto, you can fall asleep to the sound of my voice. I will help you fall asleep, Makoto, for that is my duty as a streamer. You know, you grab yourself a nice blanket and let the sound of my voice just send you off to the sweet melody that is the night.
Did you need some?
Now, I forget if... There's a couple other quest lines I'm finishing up right here in the game. What is Blythe's? Which is a sad quest line. And then we'll be able to finish off around these. I feel like I'm missing an item. Either I get it after the teleport. There it is, a miniature doll of Ronnie. Doll resembling Ronnie the Witch. From head to toe, every detail is perfect. This unresponsive doll seems pleasantly cool. Guys, I got a little doll to play with. For I am the chosen one. I am the one chosen to play with the dolls, apparently. Talk to Miniature Ronnie. Nothing happens. Talk to Miniature Ronnie. Still nothing. Keep playing with your doll.
Oh, a dogged fellow, aren't we? Or is it merely thy habit to talk to dolls? Fine. Fine. I hadn't expected any soul to recognize me in this guise. But now the cat is out the bag. I cannot allow thee thy freedoms. Perform for me a service as recompense. Eliminate the baleful shadows which prowl these lands. The name of Rani the Witch is already sullied by thee. I will not brook disobedience in this matter.
Well, I got what I wanted, kind of. Ronnie, don't leave me. Fine, I won't leave you. Go do my work for me. Okie dokie. Sorry about that. Oh, those guys can't be hurt by the enemy. So they're trying to destroy an Eldritch Horror and these things like, let's throw bubbles at you and poke you with a stick. Like, guys, I'm a little busy here. Like, you see, like, you son of a bitch. I'm trying to avoid a meteor shower. He's like, let me just stand right here. Ever so slightly in your way. This is full of big area to not. Wait, is that fresh? Okay, Code, was that fresh Play with Puppies, or is that the last Play with Puppies? And I haven't seen chat say anything in a while. Is that a new one? Fresh? Okay, let me exit combat, and then we will play with puppies. Because it'd be a little embarrassing to die off screen, you know? Okay, this should be a good spot. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna chase me down this way. Okay, puppy redeem incoming. Hi, Monty. Yeah. Good boy. They get so jealous of each other. You guys get so jealous of each other. They just want love. I do love you, Monkey. But I love your brother too. I'm allowed to love your brother. I could use a third hand, yes. I have 2 hands and 3 doggies, and they all want the attention all at the same time. Where's those? Yes, hounds. See, there you go. We get puppies. We get hands from Makoto. We get puppy for me. Puppy for you guys. Everybody gets to see the puppy time. You're pampering them. They usually don't get this many redeems. Usually there's no redeems to play with the puppies, so they're loving this. Loving this. Look at the smile on Zoe. She has a smile on her face. Look at this one. Look at this girl. Look at this baby girl. She's loving. Look at his face. It's the face of love right here. This is the face of love. That's it for now. Look at me like we're stopping? We should never be stopping. We should always be cuddling. Always. They're such good doggies. Yeah, I could use a third hand, I could use a fourth hand. This guy could use a little push. I think that's the right way. We're doing a little exploration. Oh, the other place is an optional area I want to clear out real quick. Remembering where stuff is, and what stuff is, and how stuff is, and why stuff is, and who stuff is, and who am I. We're also remembering to hydrate. Yeah, if you ever hear a doggy crying or yelling in the background, that's Monty, the big lummox, who's usually the first on the scene to respond whenever I call their name, because he's such a good boy. He's a good boy, but he's also an erotic mess. See, it's like, was that an item that I'll use? Not this playthrough. I've used the Wing of Astal before. It's a fun weapon, but not for this playthrough. And by God, is my camera going crazy. Look, guys, it's ancient civilization. What are you going to do? Well, there's some inhabitants of this ancient civilization still left alive. Ah, we need to fix that, don't we?
Let us speak of the past a while. I was once an Empyrean, of the demigods. Only I, Miquella, and Melania could claim that title. Each of us was chosen by our own two fingers, as a candidate to succeed Queen Marika, to become the new god of the coming age, which is when I received Blythe, in the form of a vassal tailored for an Empyrean. But I would not acquiesce to the two fingers. I stole the rune of death, slew mine own Empyrean flesh, casting it away. I would not be controlled by that thing. The Two Fingers and I have been cursing each other ever since, and the baleful shadows are their assassins.
Like I just told you, like, you know how everything's all messed up right now? Yeah, that was me. I did it. I'm the one who messed everything up. It's like, why, Ronnie? Why must you be this way? Why must you be the end bringer of all things that were nice? And Ronnie's all like, well, go screw it. She said it was Mikola, her, and I forget who she said that was the third one. I'm so bad paying attention to this shit. Who did she say was the third one? It was her, Mikola, and somebody else. I was distracted by something. You know, eventually I should focus on dodging. So many mimic tears. I feel like they made mimics bitches in this game. Compared to previous titles, they made mimics kind of a joke. We need back our Dark Souls mimics that we eat you without a second thought. Does anybody else ever get, like, I only got to this, like, recently. When you're playing a game, all of a sudden you get hit by, like, a wave of fatigue. I don't know what it is. But, man, all of a sudden I start feeling really tired. I'm like, it's the middle of the afternoon. Why am I feeling tired? I'm not so old I need an afternoon nap to make it through the day. That'd be horrible. Horrible, I tell you. Not that old. In my brain, I'm not that old. Could you imagine really after I fall asleep while gaming? I think that would be the end of me, guys. No, we'd say it's just how dedicated I am to the stream. Deatrius is so dedicated to making the stream work, I'll fall asleep while playing his games. Mid-stream. Because he doesn't believe in rest. That's why I've got like 6 Celestial Dues at this point. That's how tired I am! That right there, that's how tired I am, guys. You all saw it just happen. There was no reason for me to do that. Dude, could it be that lunch was so good it's making me want to nap? I usually only get that way with turkey. I'm usually only like this with turkey. Dude, if I walked off the same ledge randomly twice in a row, I was just gonna call it an afternoon. Just gonna call it afternoon if I walked up the same ledge twice in a row and be like, okay guys, we're just done. It's over, there's no coming back from that. Why do I remember those guys falling down after I get my treasure from here? Huh. Okay, back goes Gloveworts. That's worth it. I don't know points routine, but I need to stretch. I need to stretch, I need to wake up a little. Mm. Add some light to the room. Oh yeah. Do some leg stretches. Mm. Do some leg lunges. Stretch these hands out. I was making myself so comfortable I was about to fall asleep. I was struggling to keep my eyes open. I needed to stretch. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. I feel like I was just getting too comfortable there. Holy crap. They would have died from embarrassment if you guys hear me snoring, you just know I'm gone. If you hear me snoring, just know please no sound alerts. Just let me go. I will make it through the stream. I will make it through this stream. Oh god! There we go, we need stuff like that to wake me up. We just need to be fighting constant shit like a did a ball of doom type stuff. Okay, so these mimics just keep falling right here. delicious free respects. Listen, that should be the end of all them. Not even gonna turn back to look at this anymore. I'm gonna assume I got them all. No, I have a summon domes. Emmy was attacking me like I mattered. Emmy seriously attacked me like it mattered. I mean, they came close because I didn't bother pressing the dodge button at all, but still. I think this has turned into like an ASMR stream this afternoon. See, this is why. This is why, guys. This coming week, I'm not streaming in the afternoons. Apparently, I've been overworking myself, overexhausting myself, and I need my me time, which I have not been giving myself. I feel like this afternoon it is showing.
O Shadow, thou art the last. Tell the two fingers that Rani the Witch cometh to rend thy flesh with a fateful wound, ne'er to heal. Beautifully fought. My thanks.
Beautifully fought.
'Twas more of a challenge than I envisioned.
I'm the
Now I
winner.
can finally stand before them. This is farewell, my dear. Tell Blythe and Iji I love them.
That was such a hard fought battle, guys. Never fought a battle quite that difficult. Hi, Marita. I am going through Ronnie's quest line because I didn't want the quest line to break. I realized I had to make it to the Goskin duo, and so I'm like, you know what? Let's do Ronnie's quest line real quick, and then we'll go through to the Goskin duo. So I just made it to the Lake of Rot. Your tribe was really upset because you beat them on the first try. They told you the sleep method? Like, if they tell you the sleep method, I don't think they can get upset with you for putting them to sleep. In the DLC, I know that there is. Or the DLC enhances it. If I recall correctly, the mushroom head, is this the one? No. Is it? Oh, you got Palisax? The thing where you go, you sleep, and time reverts in Azamfarula? Time like rewinds, and then you're in this giant arena, and the thing looks like the cover art of a metal band. Back on Elden Beast looking 5 hours straight. Yeah, that one can be a bitch. I use spirit summons. Yeah, you exactly. Oh yeah, it looks like a metal band cover. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. But there's an accessory. Where is it? Poison or Rot vicinity increases attack power. There's the Kindred of Rot's Exaltation. I think in the Mikolag tree, in the Mikolag tree, there's another item that boosts damage, I think. But I know in the DLC there's stuff that boosts damage. Yeah, they're not wrong. Technically speaking, they aren't wrong in what they told you to do. I imagine. Do you use spirit summons or no? Well, the rap build will be challenging, really fun thematically. I don't think a rap build will be as challenging. Use every tool available. I do too. I'm like, it's in the game, I'm going to use it. Like, I don't summon NPC allies help unless I feel like it's a thematic thing. But, like, I'm all about if they're going to have a tool to use, I'm going to use the tool, yeah. I mean, that is a lot of playthroughs that you could do with it. All you need though, if you have 10 or is it 16 faith, Flame Cleanse Me removes it also. Like, I think I was good. I'm usually good with like using like 10 to 12 of these things, but Flame Cleanse Me just removes it immediately. Oh yeah. Did you get the Rot Rapier? There's only 2 Rot weapons in base game. One is the Rot Dagger, and the other is the Rot Rapier. And then there's a Rot Dragon's Breath. And then I think Millennia gives you a Rot thing also. If you got one, it's probably the Dagger. The Rapier is out of the way a bit. Oh yeah. Which spirit summon did you end up using for Millennia? The Black Knife Assassin, yeah, Black Knight Tish. Black Knife Tish. She's usually who I use, or the Dung Eater. I actually like using the Dung Eater more than Tish. But he's harder to acquire. Yeah. Where is he? Say Dung Eater puppet. You have to choose between him and Nephili. So, you remember the mage Celavis? He's hate that guy. So he's like, give the potion to Nephili and have her drink it for me. And then he takes Nephili's body, but when you find his lab, you can tell him like, hey, I want a puppet myself. And then he lets you pretty much buy Nephili as a summon. Yeah, he dies the first time when you complete the first part of Ronnie's quest. She kills him. But I can explain his quest line if you want, so you know for the future. I'm always in the mindset where once they've completed a playthrough, I'm open to spoilery stuff afterwards. I don't know if you're the same way. You're marks on the IB for another 6.5 hours. Oh, that's fair. No, I was just asking if it's okay if I can explain Selphis' quest line. Because, like, I'm okay for, spoilers once I complete a playthrough of a game, but I don't know if you're, like, the same way. So, Selphis, you have to do his quest line before you complete the first leg of Ronnie's quest line. Like, once you find Ronnie and she introduces you to Selphis, you have to do his whole quest line before you complete finding her the black knife. And so you talk to him, and then you find his puppet and then like he wants you to have Nephili drink a potion. And when you have Nephili, and then like you have Nephili drink a potion, and she falls unconscious. And then you can find his chamber in which you can see all his puppets. They pretty much puts people in a permanent comatose state, so that way he can marionette their their bodies, however he sees fit. Real pleasant guy. And so instead of giving Nephili the potion, like if you give him give Nephili the potion, and so that way he has her as a puppet, you can then get her as a spirit summon. So that way you can use Nephili in battle. Nephili's a lot of fun to use. But conversely, if you go along the Dung Eater's quest line at that point, which involves you getting to the Dung Eater, which can be a pain in the ass to do, at the moment you get to Lendel Castle, you go into the sewers and all that stuff, you do the Dung Eater's quest line to the point where he is in the chair, and he wants you to feed him the Seedbed Curses. And instead of feeding him the Seedbed Curses, you feed him the potion meant for Nephili. And Selphis will just ask if the potion worked. If you truly did give Nephili the potion. And you're like, yeah. He's like, that's weird. But then he just accepts that you did the job as intended. And then when you when you go and you ask for a puppet, the Dung Eater is there as a puppet. Dragon Scale Blade. I mean, I knew what he was and how to fight him and how to beat him. And I'm over leveled. I am so over leveled for Arnie's questline. Like, on the level that you were when you beat Radagon. Keep that in mind. But yeah, so you do that, and then he asks for a special material which you can find in the outskirts of Lendel for an even stronger potion. And when you give him that, he gives you an item that you're probably going to be kicking yourself when I tell you about it. When you complete his second leg of the quest line, he gives you the Magic Scorpion Charm. Boosts your magic attack, but lowers damage negation. So it lowers your damage taken by like 7%. So you take 7% more damage, but you deal 15% more damage with all magic attack. Yeah. And I'm not using the Dung Eater on purpose. If I were to use the Dung Eater instead of the Cayden Sellsword, I would never switch off the Dung Eater because he's that good. Like, in my mind, like, a lot of people put the Dung Eater on par with Black Knife Tish in terms of strength of spirit summon. I say the Dung Eater is stronger than Tish is. Do I still have his sword on me? Or did I bank that? I banked his sword. If you ever see what his sword does, like if you didn't like the Dung Eater, did you kill him for all his gear? Because if not, I can show you what his sword does when I... Yeah, I'll just bounce back here. Well, what? He's tanky as shit. He has one of the heaviest armors. Oh, you didn't find him. Yeah, you have to find him in the sewers. You release him from his jail. Then he goes and he murders the crab merchant. And then you fight him. And then you talk to him in Round Table Hold. And then you find him back in his jail. And he wants you to feed him seabed curses. He literally ties himself to a chair to force you to feed him seabed curses. And his weapon is the Sword of Milos. So yes, he does do bleed. His weapon is a quality build weapon. Cannot be infused. You cannot alter its stack growth or anything. But it has the Shriek of Milos. And the Shriek of Milos, in addition to the bleed, well, the bleed is nice, but the Shriek of Milos is really what makes him over the top broken. Well, one, look, it's a great sword that has 68% physical damage negation if you block with it. That's good in itself. But the Shriek of Milos lets out a horrific cursed scream that reduces all damage negation and status resistances for all nearby foes. While active, strong attacks will change to a combo attack. That's why he's better than Tesh. Because he uses his weapon art, which forces enemies to focus on him, and then he just runs up and tanks all the enemies' attacks while what you call it? Takes all the enemy attacks while making the enemy take more damage from everything that you do. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! He is the definition of hyper aggressive. He literally, you summon him, as soon as he walks into range of his weapon art, he uses his weapon art and then charges at the enemy and will just attack relentlessly. So he keeps aggro really well while reducing all their damage negation and status resistances. So it doesn't matter what build you're doing, if you use him, you're gonna tear through enemies a lot faster than you normally would. Oh, I'm dead. Patrol from behind. As soon as I heard the cricket noise, I knew I was done. Knew I was done the moment I heard that cricket noise. So unless you just go and do New Game Plus, and you keep doing your intelligence stuff, unfortunately that magic clutch ring isn't probably going to do you as much good in a following playthrough unless you do magic again. But I don't think you would. But in here is where you get the rot dagger, So if you remember picking up a rot weapon in this area, then that's the rot weapon you have. There is also a rot rapier, which is better, that you can also get a lot sooner than this dagger. There's a number of rotworm things. I mean, this isn't the first one you fight. Yeah, you fight tons of these worms. You fight one to help Millicent. You fight one in the catacombs in Radahn's boss room. You fight this one. There's another one in Volcano Manor's area. There's like 5 or 6 rotworms. Like rot specifically, not even regular ones. There's like 10 of them in the game. There's the because there's a spirit summon for if you're doing a build that has like battle cry or roar as the actual war that you're using. If you're doing like a quality build or a strength build, you're going to use one of the roar battle arts. There's an Ash of War Radahn's arena called, what is it, Ogma, which is the leader of the Radahn Knights. And when you use a roar while he's out, he will use the Arrow Rain ability that they use on you in the area. Why people say Ryan's the best waifu? Well, people won't say that Rhea is because she's a snake and not a woman. They won't say that Melina is because, well, Marina is Ronnie. Also, if you go the path of the Frenzy Flame, Melina makes it her life's goal to murder you after the fact. Like, she doesn't actually attack you in game. When the epilogue, she's like, she will find you and she will murder you. Because that's also the power is revealed that her and Ronnie are one and the same. And Ronnie's intentions are actually really good and pure. She is the cause of misery in the world, but the reason is actually really good. Yeah, see, there's the Scorpion Stinger, and that is a rot weapon. Millicent gets unalived no matter what, so she's out. Millennia is crazy and not in control of her own faculties anymore because of the Scarlet Rot. Yeah, both rot weapons are pure dex weapons, by the way. That wasn't her ending. You might have misinterpreted Ronnie's ending. Ronnie's ending is fucked up because all the endings are fucked up. There's like not a singular good ending. Because it's Dark Souls, of course you can't have nice things. Ronnie's ending pretty much is we're going to use this planet as a vessel and sail the cosmos to crash it into a different planet so that way I can become its god. Ronnie's ending is, hi, I'm Sephiroth. That's essentially Ronnie's ending. But Ronnie gets best waifu almost as a default. Because there's literally no other candidates by the end. And I wish I was joking about that, but there really aren't any other candidates by the end. Yeah, but she's still a snake, so a lot of people just say not valid. Just because she's a sneaky snake. Right, is a doll. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying why people will invalidate her. For better or for worse. Like, I would have gone with Millicent if there was any way for Millicent to live. Damn! I choked! I choked at the very end! Yeah, this is a neutral ending. Oh no, because it's different. It's different for Millicent, just like it's different for Miliana. Their rot is genetic. Like, their bones produce blood rot. It's not something they get infected with, it's something that they're born and that they actively produce. Like, if you read the lore of the unalloyed gold needle, like homeboy Mikola actively created that to suppress the rot, infection, and spread that Millennia produces. That's why she's known as the daughter of Rot. Where are my souls at? Oh, they're over there. Thank you, yes, that was much, much better. Yeah, there's no such thing as a good ending, because if you do Gold Mask's quest line, which usually involves you having to respec in order to do it, Gold Mask's ending removes all free will from the world. So the normal ending just continues the cycle as is. Yeah, Ronnie's is that she kind of bounces and you bounce with her, leaving everyone to their own demise. I beat him last night, yes. He was like the Guts from Berserk cosplay. I did beat him right away. I got I waited until I had some Scouting Tree blessings to beat him. Oh yeah, he's got some badass armor. If I was doing like a strength build, I would use his weapon, his armor, his everything. I should have walked. I should have looked where I was going. I really should have looked where I was going. I kind of deserve that one. Tell me you didn't beat the dragon. Oh my god, Marita. Tell me you skipped this dragon. Please tell me you didn't skip this dragon. Okay. Okay. I was gonna say, no. Get in the church. I mean, that's one way of doing it. I mean, could you just cast spells on it? You're a mage. Pew pew pew, spells from horseback. That's true, spells aren't great against this. That's what I was thinking. Rakdos. I was thinking about Rakdos. Yeah, that makes sense for this thing. 8% magic resistance, that makes a lot of sense for this. But yeah, Rakdos. Rakdos does a ton of damage, and it staggers it a lot. Like, a lot. I forget why you get so many Starlight Shards. Because the only use I remember them having is for Celavis, but he only has the 3 dolls. 4 if you give him Nephili, I think. I didn't realize they were consumables. That explains a lot. Okay, let's be regen. Yeah, you say like Ronnie destroys the fingers that were governing her fate. So you put a ring on a doll. She looks like she's been through hell though. Like this thing fought back hard. Don't know why her doll is naked, but hey. Just run over here making demands at me, Monty. Say we're like Beyonce, we go and we put a ring on it. That way she can't leave us.
So it was thee who would become my lord. Perhaps I needn't have warned thee. I am pleased, however. Thou art a fitting choice. I go now to the night sky. It is there I shall find mine order. I bid thee travel the path of the Lord, and once all is done, we shall see each other once more.
See, if you were any caster of your right mind, you would use the Dark Moon Greatsword for the rest of the playthrough, because that is that is an awesome reward for that quest. Dark Moon Greatsword, the symbol of her love. It's an amazing weapon, an iconic weapon. You can't go wrong with it. If I remember, there's a mage tower in here, isn't there? But I said there's nothing else I need to do here. They know of a lot of things. It's still useful, though. Yeah, they nerfed it. It still ends up being one of the strongest weapons. Yeah. I mean, I'm liking the Milady. I like the perfume. Like how effective the perfume bottles are is another story. But I enjoy using the perfume bottles. Do you recall, is this a memory slot, or is this a spell that's in this tower? Do you happen to recall, Talon? Because it's a spell, I don't need to bother with it. Alright, then there's nothing I need to do here. Oh, it's Ronnie's Dark Moon, that makes sense. And the only other tower I know of is up here, which requires the imp thing. I think it's like right over here. Requires the imp's ashes. And I forget what that reward is. I need to take out those two. We still need to take out the magma worm. I didn't do Spirit Caller Cave. I did clear out the Guardian's Garrison. And we did do the Lord Contender's Ever Jail. But what a mission, man. Yeah, but it's for Tish. I don't feel like using Tish this playthrough. Because she's like so strong, you know? That's also why I'm not using the Dung Eater. Because if I were to use Tish, or if I were to use the Dung Eater, I would never even look at one of the DLC. Yeah, just for completion stuff. But let's be real, Thalen. I don't go into the New Game Plus cycles. I always start a fresh playthrough. So I can't complete the 100% the game anyway, because I would need to do a playthrough on New Game Plus, especially for Spirit Ash completion, because you can only collect all the Spirit Ashes through doing 2 playthroughs. You can't get them all in one playthrough. Yeah. But my thing is that if I have Tish, I won't want to give other Spirit Ashes a try. Like, if I leveled up the Dung Eater, I wouldn't even look 2 seconds at any of the other Spirit Ashes. That's why I only ended up leveling up the Caden Mercenary. Because he was strong, he would help me out everywhere I needed him to help me out, but he wouldn't be at such a... But he's not like such a strength that he trivializes stuff the way the other two do. You know? Yeah, we got the last ads of this afternoon stream coming in a minute. Yeah, for completion's sake, in order to 100%, I really like the Milady. Its attack pattern is really good for roll catching. Its attack pattern is so good for roll catching. Just completely denied. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it swings at such a pace that the panic rolling, it just catches it every time. Freaking ads. Okay then. That bird seemed pretty flightless. Dude, that giant crow jumping off the ledge and taking itself out is the epitome of Dark Souls flying. The absolute epitome of it. I never knew that Astral War was there. You have to go down the same way you get up or fast travel. Might as well just fast travel back. I want to beat the fire giant right now because I have a feeling as in Ferula it will be like all night. Trying to think if there's actually anything else up here to do. I honestly don't think there's anything else in this entire area to do or to collect. I had a really big lunch, dude. As delicious as that sandwich was, like I might take a short break to eat some of the dessert. I told you what I got for dessert, right? Yeah, I might just have dessert. Or finish what I didn't eat for lunch, for dinner. But I still hear. Honestly, I feel a lot more awake now. Right now, like having people to talk to woke me up and is letting me have energy. But dude, when chat was dead, completely silent, and the game wasn't posing that much of a challenge, I was literally falling asleep as I was playing. Like a solid hour until Thalen showed up. Or really until Marita showed up and then Thalen showed up. Look! This guy's burning his own. This guy ripped off his own leg and just burning it. I'll rest tomorrow. Like I said, this whole coming week, I'm not going to do afternoon streams. Look! The guy's stomach is also a face! I just want to point out his stomach was also a face. No, I'm gonna beat this boss and then I'll take a little bit of a break. I'll probably jump on earlier than normal. He really did open a shower again. Like, I'll probably take a break in a little bit after this boss, and then we'll have Azum Ferula for tonight, because I'm hoping to get through Azum Ferula and then back into the DLC tonight. I know technically if you want to summon help, you can summon Alexander for this fight. I know! My life flashed before my eyes, man! I forgot how impressive he was in Phase 2. Right into the eye! That came a lot closer than I thought it would. It's usually not that close of a fight for me. I'm almost at the point where I'm going to remove that golden beetle. Just think, I have been going with like almost like a nerfed talisman setup because I'm just too obsessed with gaining XP. That I've had that beetle on the entire game pretty much. Dude, I've been testing gravity all afternoon. Legit, when I was going through Noxtella, Alan, I walked straight off of a ledge because my eyes were closed because I was falling asleep. Just straight up, there's no excuse for it. I just walked right off of the ledge.
I have long observed the lands between. This world is in dire need of repair and death. Indiscriminate. Are you prepared to commit a cardinal sin? Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
Look, guys, we're committing a cardinal sin.
tree, you shall burn. Burn for the sake of the new Lord. Thank you for guiding me here. The one who walks alongside Flame shall one day meet the road of destined death. Goodbye.
So yeah, that's why Melina technically isn't the best waifu, but she's also Ronnie, so it counters that. Or her and Ronnie are fragments of the same soul. Bad for me saying is that fine. So it's implied that when Ronnie went and used the black knife on herself during the Night of the Black Knives and charred her body, which is why the Rune of Death is on there. Yeah. Pretty much during the Night of the Black Knives, Ronnie schismed her soul in two. Which is why she has no use for physical body. And why it's her charred remains up top, but she's still moving around in the doll. She schisms her soul. So yeah, Melina is an aspect of her. That's why Melina's right eye is, or Melina's, what is it? Melina's right eye is covered, or no, Melina's left eye is covered. Ronnie's right eye is covered. So if you line them up, they overlap perfectly. I would love it if that's one of the events in Night Rain. Like, could you imagine if one of the events in Night Rain is the Night of the Black Knives? And you have to fight all. You just have to fight a whole bunch of Black Knife assassins all at once. As much as I want to keep going right this second, Mana told me I had to take a break. Or not Mana, Doris told me I had to take a break. So we'll be back at this tonight, don't worry. I might show up a little early. You know, might be 3 hours, not 4 hours before I start, because it is Saturday, and I want to get done as Room for Ruler and get back into the DLC. But we're going to take a short break for right now, at the very least. I don't think there would be a sequel. That's why they're doing a roguelike. Miyazaki said that he had no intention of it. But I'll be back in a few hours to talk if you want to talk more later tonight, Marita. I'm gonna go. I have some doggies to enjoy. Some desserts to be had. I hope you see me later, 2000.